Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin enthusiast or simply love discovering rare and valuable pieces, you're in for an exciting ride today. In this video, we'll be exploring the most valuable and expensive Washington quarter dollars on the market. These coins have captured the attention of collectors and investors around the world, and you'll be amazed by how much some of them are worth. Let's dive right in. First up, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar, an intriguing coin that has turned heads in the world of numismatics. If you happen to have one in exceptional condition, you might just be sitting on a genuine treasure. This 1965 Washington quarter, which was struck without a mint mark, is a fascinating historical artifact, and it's worth more than you might expect. But what makes this particular coin so special? Let's break down its rarity, condition, and its current value. To truly grasp the worth of the 1965 Washington quarter, it's essential to understand its historical significance. In 1965, the United States made a dramatic shift in the composition of its coins. As the price of silver rose, many coins were redesigned, and the Washington quarter was no exception. For the first time in U.S. history, quarters were no longer made from 90% silver, and most notably, the mint mark was removed from the reverse side of the coin. In earlier years, the mint mark indicated where the coin was produced, whether in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. However, in 1965, the mint mark was omitted for quarters and half dollars as part of a move to reduce production costs and streamline the minting process. This made quarters from this year distinct from the earlier versions. Now, let's take a closer look at the design. The Washington quarter was introduced back in 1932, designed to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The obverse features a portrait of Washington, while the reverse showcases an eagle. The design has remained mostly unchanged over the years, but the absence of the mint mark on the 1965 coin sets it apart from its predecessors. When we talk about excellent condition, we're referring to a coin that exhibits little to no signs of wear. A coin in excellent condition should have sharp details and no noticeable scratches or imperfections. If you happen to find a 1965 Washington quarter in this pristine state, it is highly rare and immensely desirable to collectors. So, what's the 1965 Washington quarter worth today? Well, that depends on several factors like its condition and any distinguishing features it might have. A typical 1965 Washington quarter in excellent condition could be valued at around $95,000, but if you come across one that's near perfect, the price could soar. For example, a 1965 quarter that's been graded as mint state, meaning it's virtually flawless and uncirculated, can fetch upwards of $120,000 or even higher, depending on demand from collectors. But why is this coin so valuable? For one, its historical importance plays a major role. The shift in U.S. coinage during the 1960s makes the 1965 quarter a unique symbol of that period. Additionally, the absence of a mint mark adds an extra layer of intrigue for collectors, making it even more sought after. Of course, the condition of the coin is key when determining its worth. If your 1965 Washington quarter shows any signs of wear, it will likely be worth less. However, if you manage to find one that's been well preserved or graded by a professional, its value can dramatically increase. Looking at the market, rare coins like the 1965 Washington quarter are becoming more in demand. As time passes, well-preserved coins become increasingly scarce, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for them. If you're considering investing in rare coins, the 1965 Washington quarter should definitely be on your radar. If you think you might have a rare 1965 Washington quarter in excellent condition, it's worth getting it professionally graded. A certified coin can help you understand its true value and protect your investment if you ever decide to sell or trade it in the future. In summary, the 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark is an exceptional coin with both historical significance and growing value. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting your numismatic journey, this is one coin you won't want to overlook. If you happen to own one in top condition, hold on tight because it could be worth much more than you realize. Next up, let's take a look at the 1989 Washington quarter with the P mint mark. What makes this coin stand out, and why is it commanding higher prices in today's coin market? Let's dive into it. At first glance, the 1989 Washington quarter from the Philadelphia Mint might seem like just another everyday coin in circulation. But there's more to it than meets the eye. When you find one in very fine condition, it really shines compared to other quarters from its era. Though often overlooked, this coin holds a significant place in the rare coin market today. Let's examine this coin a bit more closely. The 1989 Washington quarter features the iconic design by John Flanagan, showcasing George Washington in profile. On the back, you'll spot the classic eagle perched on an olive branch, symbols of peace and strength. Now, about that mint mark. The 1989 Washington quarter carries the P mint mark, which means it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. The P mint mark is especially important because, since 1979, it's been the only mint mark used on quarters from Philadelphia. So, a 1989 Washington quarter with a P mint mark in very fine condition is already pretty rare. In coin collecting, very fine refers to a coin that shows moderate wear but still has clearly defined details. The Washington portrait, the eagle, and other designs are still sharp and easy to see, though there may be light wear on the higher areas of the coin. What makes the 1989 Washington quarter with the P mint mark valuable today? It's all about scarcity and demand. Even though millions of these quarters were struck, very fine examples, especially ones without excessive wear, are far less common. While the coin was produced in large numbers for circulation, over time many were lost or became damaged. As a result, fewer well-preserved examples are available, making them more attractive to collectors. Depending on the condition, a 1989 Washington quarter with the P mint mark in very fine condition could be worth anywhere around $90,000. When compared to other coins from the same year, such as pennies, nickels, and dimes, the Washington quarter stands out thanks to its lasting durability and the fact that fewer of them remain in great condition. So, why should you think about adding the 1989 Washington quarter with the P mint mark to your collection? For seasoned collectors, it's clear that owning coins with historical significance and rarity is always appealing. For beginners, this quarter can serve as a solid starting point in building a collection of modern U.S. coins. Additionally, it could be a great investment for those looking to diversify their portfolio. Modern quarters like the 1989 P mint mark have the potential to increase in value over time, especially when they are well preserved. As fewer of these coins remain in excellent shape, they are becoming increasingly sought after by collectors. Plus, there's always the excitement of potentially finding one in your spare change. Whether you're completing your collection or just beginning, the 1989 Washington quarter with the P mint mark in very fine condition is a coin you won't want to overlook. While it may not be the rarest coin in existence, it certainly holds a special place in U.S. coinage history. The 1969 Washington quarter without a mint mark in fine condition. If you're a coin collector or investor, you'll want to stick around because this coin may not immediately seem extraordinary, but it's packed with a lot more history and potential than meets the eye. Let's start with some basic background. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. It has been one of the most widely circulated and recognizable coins in American history. However, despite its long production run, certain years and varieties can command significant premiums, and the 1969 Washington quarter, though not necessarily rare in terms of mintage, has some intriguing aspects that make it highly desirable among collectors. The 1969 Washington quarter without a mint mark is part of the standard series minted in Philadelphia. Now, typically, quarters produced in Philadelphia before 1980 didn't feature a mint mark, so this is not unusual in that sense. But let's focus on why this specific coin, in fine condition, might be worth more than you'd expect. In terms of mintage, the 1969 Washington quarter has a total of 276 million coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint. This is a large number, meaning that there are many available in circulation. So, what makes it stand out to collectors? It's all about the condition and the subtle details that separate one coin from another. When we look at a fine condition coin, we're talking about a piece that has been used but still shows some distinct features. Fine condition coins show noticeable wear, but the features of the coin are still clear. On this 1969 Washington quarter, you'll notice the profile of George Washington, the details in his hair, the sharpness of the word liberty, and the date. The eagle on the reverse side still shows enough detail in the feathers, wings, and claws to make it an appealing piece to collectors. Now, let's talk about the market value. For a 1969 Washington quarter without a mint mark in fine condition, the value will typically range between $700 to $1,200. While that's not a huge sum by itself, there's potential for a more significant value if the coin has certain characteristics that set it apart from others, such as being in better than average condition or having some form of error. This brings us to a critical point for collectors to watch for. The Washington quarters from the 1960s, while not rare in terms of mintage, are often subject to certain errors or varieties that can significantly raise their value. For example, in some cases, you may come across a 1969 Washington quarter with a misstruck design, where the coin has an off-center strike, doubling of letters, or even a die crack. These are the kinds of things that are considered by collectors and can greatly increase the coin's worth. Though these errors are not always easy to spot, an off-center strike or die crack can easily bump the value of your 1969 Washington quarter into the $40,000 to $50,000 range, a value you certainly wouldn't expect from a standard coin, but one that is very real for the rarer examples. For a collector who is still building a Washington quarter collection, the 1969 Washington quarter in fine condition is an excellent choice. Its relatively low value, compared to other rarer Washington quarters, makes it an accessible addition to your collection, yet it's a coin with historical significance. The 1960s were a time of significant change in America, and coins like the 1969 quarter carry with them a tangible link to that era. Also worth noting is that the market for Washington quarters has been steadily growing. The allure of silver coins has always been a part of the numismatic world, and the Washington quarter, especially those minted before 1965, are frequently sought after by silver enthusiasts. While the 1969 quarter is made of clad copper nickel, it remains an integral part of the larger Washington quarter set. So, while it may seem like a relatively common coin, the 1969 Washington quarter in fine condition still holds its place in numismatic history. If you happen to stumble upon one in a well-maintained state, with perhaps there was an error generating a response. Next up, let's take a look at the 1973 Washington quarter without a mint mark. In this video, we'll uncover what makes this coin unique, how it stands out in the coin market, and just how much it might be worth in very good condition. If you're into coin collecting or just curious about the value of your coins, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our future content on rare and valuable coins. Let's begin with a bit of history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to mark the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Since then, it's become a cornerstone of American currency. However, not every coin issued over the years carries the same level of rarity or value. Today, we're focusing on the 1973 Washington quarter. When it comes to mint marks, the 1973 issue is somewhat understated, especially when compared to years with special mint marks or unique editions, like proof coins or special series. In 1973, the quarter was produced at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, which is the focus of this discussion. While quarters from Denver and San Francisco also made up part of the year's production, it's the unmarked Philadelphia quarters that tend to capture the attention of collectors. Now, let's explore why this coin has gained more value today. In the world of coin collecting, very good condition might sound less impressive, but don't let the term fool you. A coin in very good condition means that it shows some wear, but its design and details remain clear and intact. For the 1973 Washington quarter, this is important, particularly if it's one of the coins that managed to survive circulation in decent condition. The unmarked 1973 quarter is more valuable than you might think, primarily because of its rarity in well-preserved form. As time passes, fewer and fewer quarters from this era are found in great shape, especially those without a mint mark. The scarcity of these well-preserved examples is what's driving up their value. So, how much could this coin be worth today? Let's take a closer look at its current market value. On average, a 1973 Washington quarter without a mint mark in very good condition can be worth anywhere around $120,000. But here's the catch: if you come across one of these quarters in even better condition, or if it's part of a rare coin collection, the value could go up significantly. And, of course, if the coin features an unusual error or defect, that could send its value through the roof. For now, the very good condition 1973 quarters are still holding steady value, especially among collectors looking to complete their Washington quarter sets. As is the case with all collectible coins, condition is everything. The better the state of preservation, the higher the coin's value. So, why are collectors so eager to add the 1973 Washington quarter, specifically the one without a mint mark, to their collections? Well, this coin represents an important year in U.S. numismatic history. The Washington quarter is one of the most popular and widely collected coin series in America. Each year, new coins are minted, and collectors often search for those with special characteristics, minting errors, or those that are simply becoming rare as time goes on. In a world where coin values can change, owning a 1973 quarter without a mint mark appeals to collectors aiming to complete a set or acquire a piece of American history. To wrap it up, the 1973 Washington quarter without a mint mark in very good condition may not seem like the most exciting coin at first, but it's definitely worth keeping in a collection. It serves as a reminder of the charm and worth that older, well-maintained coins can hold. While it may not be as valuable as some rarer coins, its scarcity and demand in the market have helped keep it a relevant and desirable piece in the world of coin collecting.